All right, good afternoon. On today's episode of Unboxing Satire, we're going to be unboxing the Impossible Whopper, which is a new Whopper from Burger King that is produced with non-meat beef patties from a company called Beyond Meat. So first, as in all unboxing episodes, we're going to look at under the hood. And so we'll look at the nutritional information, the specifications for the Whopper. Let's look under the hood. Let's look at the specifications. We're starting with the Impossible Burger, the Impossible Whopper itself. And we start by saying that there are 630 calories, 34 grams of fat, 0 trans fat, sodium at 1080, actually kind of high, carbohydrates, protein, only 12 grams of sugar. And then looking at the actual Whopper from the Burger King website, 660, which is 30 calories higher. So if you're buying the Impossible Whopper to lose weight, that's probably not going to work for you. 40 grams of fat for the actual Whopper. So there's 6 grams less fat on the Impossible Whopper. We have a 1 gram of saturated fat less on the Impossible, and 1.5 grams of trans fat, but there is 0 on the Impossible Whopper. I think an interesting thing here is that there's a lot less cholesterol on the Impossible Whopper, at only 10, but there are 90 on the actual Whopper, but the sodium is about 10% less on the actual Whopper. So there's more sodium in there, but I think that kind of makes sense, being such a processed burger. And the other ingredients, or I'm sorry, the other nutritional information are pretty much the same or relatively close. Okay, now that we've seen that there's really not a whole lot different from the calories and the fat and the sodium for the two different types of Whoppers, let's take an actual look at what's inside this Whopper. First, we'll start with the packaging. And see, it's a nice green wrapper. It's a little bit better than what the normal Whopper is packaged with. It's easy to open. And here we see the actual presentation of the burger. It looks like a normal Whopper from this perspective. And in typical fashion, lots of extra lettuce. I order mine without onions. And you see a couple tomatoes, a couple of pickles. You know, the burger itself does look a little bit more manufactured than a typical beef burger. I mean, that's pretty much perfectly circular at this point. And but it is still processed food after all, so yeah, it's going to be made in a factory somewhere. And so let's take a look at the actual inside of the patty here. I would also say it is significantly thinner than a normal beef patty that you would find in a Whopper. But here we go. It does look like actual meat at this point. So let's go ahead and give it a taste. I gotta be honest, that's pretty good. I might even like this better than an actual beef patty. That is really good. I'm impressed. Wow. So I guess I'll go ahead and finish the entire burger here. I gotta tell you, after the first bite of the meat, I'm pretty happy. I might actually order this each time. If it weren't for the fact that Beyond Meat's valuation in the stock market is over 400% higher than it was at their IPO back in, I think it was April or May, I might actually buy their stock. But that valuation is too high, and additionally, I think that they're vulnerable to competition in the marketplace because the barriers to entry on this is actually pretty small, and anybody could create a burger like this. So, but I've tasted veggie burgers in the past, and they don't taste as good as this. So, pretty impressed. It gets my stamp of approval here. So, as it is customary in unboxing videos, I'm going to give a little after action review, after consumption review of the Impossible Whopper. It was a good Whopper. I think my initial belief that it was better is probably not accurate. By the time the burger was completed, there was a slight aftertaste that I found to be displeasing. So I think in the future I probably would not purchase an Impossible Whopper with cheese. I don't normally order Whoppers anyway, so it's probably not going to be an issue for me. But I do still believe that there is potential here for a paradigm shift in this country with respect to eating meat. Beyond Meat is going to be branching out into other types of imitation meats, vegetarian meats, whatever you want to call it. They're going to be looking into Impossible sausages, Impossible steaks, and with this, if it catches on strongly enough, it could really put a big dent in the cow flatulence that's going on in this country and contributing to climate change. The release of all that methane could be seriously reduced through the efforts of Beyond Meat, and I support them in that endeavor, even if it is not likely that I will purchase their products in the future, but I will definitely be continuing to keep an eye on their stock and see if they can get enough deals with companies like Dunkin' Donuts and Burger King to make themselves a major player in this, and actually, as I said before, make it tougher for competition to enter the market. The more deals they make, the harder it will be for competitors to make a dent. So I'll be paying attention to that and paying attention to the cow flatulence issue, which Beyond Meat is definitely taking a stab at. So that's it.